presence in over 80 countries and a commitment to innovation, we're constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible. Trust Raytheon Technologies to deliver the solutions you need when need them the most. Learn more at Raytheon.com. All right, let's dive into it. So what we are doing in this video, we are going to be taking a FA-18EF Super Hornet, and we're going to be flying it from South Korea, Seoul, and we're going to be taking and going along the coastline of China, which is around the region of the Singapore Bay of Wong. I believe that's the name of it. It's near Taiwan, is the main coastal city, but we'll be going along the coast, checking for potential weaknesses to enter into China territory or airspace. The total trip is approximately 942 nautical miles. We are going to change to daylight so you guys can see. I don't want live. I want custom. And we don't want it at night. We want it in the morning. All right, so we'll be leaving at 6 a.m. All right, that'll work. Good. All right. Let's do this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to take off from Seoul, South Korea, headed for our mission to China. All right, so we've got a little time to kill. In the meantime, we're going to take a look at some maps, kind of get familiar with the coastal region. All right, here's Beijing, China. If you were going to do an attack on Beijing, you could take the mountains here and stay out of the view of the HQ-22s, which is their aerial defense SAM, if you stayed low enough. But you could they could potentially have those HQs scattered throughout here. So with that new YL radar, I don't even know if stealth could get in here now. Approximately, I want to say from the coastline to Beijing, you're looking at approximately, let's just double check, but I want to say it's about 110 miles away. Oh, oh, that's in kilometers, so let's switch that over. In freedom fractions. All right, there, 90 miles. All right, so I was close. 100 miles, and the HQ-22s, which is their aerial defense, provides, I think, a maximum distance of 110 miles. So obviously, they would have a radius of 110 miles from wherever those were located, and they're mobile. So, all right. This is where we're going to be coming in at the Bohan or Bowan Bay. I do know by looking at previous research that down here, I want to say it is either here. Yeah, here it is. All right, so if y'all see this area right here, this is one of their shipping lanes. But what's unique about this particular area right here, this is what they use to fuel all their ships. And if you look, all right, so I'm assuming they pump the fuel into this little island, makeshift island they've got going on, right? And you bring your ships in, they park them here, and then they refuel. So if fuel's being filled up in these tanks here, they got to be coming in through here, which would be my assumption. I doubt they went underwater, right? So they may have ran the piping through here. So cutting off this here would essentially cut off all fuel there. This whole area. All right, so we'll be going up and down this coastal region here. Most of this area, though, I know north of Taijan, looks like farmland. Vast majority of this here, the northern region. Oh, I better check out my... Oh, shit. About crashed. That's not good. I probably did crash. That's probably what that noise was. All right, so if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow. I'm live on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok. So if you're on any of those platforms, drop me a follow, drop me a like, do all that cool stuff. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on, comment down below. What we're currently doing is we're using Microsoft Simulator to fly the coastal region of China to look for weaknesses within their system. We just went over a minute ago showing an area of their main bay of Taiwan where they fuel their tankers. So that is a very strategic location. If you're able to cut that off, obviously that would help out tremendously. Incorrect high altitude, altimeter 6. All right, so let's get back to the map now that we're back in the sky. Slow and steady, slow and steady. All right, let's get into the HQ-22s. I want to discuss that in more detail. There's a video of the actual demonstration that I want to share.
Semi-secret operation this weekend, as Western countries worry that an arms buildup in the Balkans could pose a threat to regional peace due to Russia's ongoing war against Ukraine. Media and military experts said Sunday that 6 Chinese Air Force Y-20 transport planes landed at Belgrade's civilian airport. The Y-20's appearance raised eyebrows because they flew en masse as opposed to a series of single aircraft flights, wrote the Warzone online magazine. The Y-20's presence in Europe and any numbers is also still a fairly new development. Serbian military analyst Aleksandar Radic said the Chinese carried out their demonstration of force. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić but confirmed the delivery of the medium-range system that was agreed on in flights over their territories that condemned the Russian attacks committed by the Russians, whose export version is known as FK3, warned Belgrade. It has refused to join international sanctions against its allies in Moscow or outright criticize the apparent atrocities committed by the Russian troops there. Back in 2020, U.S. officials warned Belgrade against the purchase of HQ-22 anti-aircraft systems, whose export version is known as FK3. They said that if Serbia really wants to join the European Union and other Western alliances, it must align its military equipment with Western standards. The Chinese missile system has been widely compared to the American Patriot and the Russian S-300 surface-to-air missile systems, although it has a shorter range than the more advanced S-300. Serbia will be the first operator of the Chinese missiles in Europe. Serbia was at war with its neighbors in the 1990s. The country, which is formally seeking EU membership, has already been boosting its armed forces with Russian and Chinese arms, including warplanes, battle tanks, and other equipment. In 2020, it took delivery of Wing-Lung drones. The combat drones are able to strike targets with bombs and missiles and can be used for reconnaissance tasks. There are fears in the West that the arming of Serbia by Russia and China could encourage the Balkan country toward another war, especially against its former province of Kosovo, which proclaimed independence in 2008. Serbia, Russia...
All right, let's get some more specifics on the HQ and review it. That's just talking about the Serbia. In the meantime. back on path. I don't know what's going on. Just like I'm flying in a big circle.
Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra contact Incheon Center on 125 decimal for 5. Good day.
125 decimal for 5, Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra. Incheon Center, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra flight level tree 60.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Incheon Center. Continue as planned. Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra contact
There we go.
Pyongyang Center on 120.9.
All right, we're on autopilot.
120.9 for Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra. Pyongyang Center, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra flight level tree 60.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Pyongyang Center. Continue as planned.
All right, let's see here.
Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra air transponder appears inoperative or malfunctioning. Reset squawk 1200.
There we go. This is what we want to see. So this is their air defense. It's the HQ-22. That right there is the YL radar. Supposedly it can pick up stealth planes. This is their surface-to-air missile defense. They sell the same type of defense to their allies, but it's a different name. It's the FK-3, I believe. Interesting.
Pyongyang Center, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is type Boeing tree 9 miles southwest of Zulu.
I do want to go
Charlie Golf
over
flight level tree 25. Request flight following.
some information as far as the HQ-22s go.
X-ray Golf Sierra Pyongyang Center. Squawk 1413.
So they're developed by China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, which is also, government-owned agency. It's similar to NASA, or maybe a Lockheed, where they actually do the research and development of their military weapons. So the HQ air defense system was developed as a second generation of the HQ-12 missile. The HQ is manufactured by Jiangjing Space Industry, also known as Base 061, which is part of the China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation. Some of the specifics: it weighs about 2,900 pounds. It's 23 feet in length. The warheads are about 400 pounds each. The engine type is a rocket motor. It uses a solid fuel. Operational range is 110 miles or 170 kilometers. The altitude is anywhere from 50 meters, 160 feet, to 27 meters, 17 miles. It's similar to our Patriots, the missiles it shoots. And kind of like the S-300s that the Russians have. It doesn't have as much of a range as the S-300s. But I think what sets it apart is more of its tracking system compared to the S-300, the Russians' version of their tracking system. It's more precise, so I don't think they cared so much about the distance as they are for precision. That's me making an assumption. Or they're not able to make the performance of the HQ-22 similar to the S-300. And that's why. I mean, what other kind of defense systems do they have? All right, so here's a list of their surface-to-air missiles for the People's Republic of China. These are all the HQs we were just talking about. HQ 22 is right here. It's the latest and greatest. The DK-10, the Sky Dragon, surface-to-air missile. All right, let's look at their F series, the FN6. The flying crossbow. It's specifically used for targets flying at low or very low altitudes. Portable air defense systems based on Soviet technology. There's a lot of combinations between the Soviet technology and the Chinese technology. During the Cold War, they exchanged military tech. All right, let's fast forward this puppy to the where we can actually start getting some coastal area. What do y'all think? Yes? No? Let's do approach. Yo, if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You comment down below. Leave your noties on, so that way I can annoy you every time I go live. I'm Bolo Bravo Sierra, and we are uncovering the weaknesses of China's coastal defense systems, utilizing Microsoft Flight Simulator. No, we're not flying. I gotta take it off autopilot. Alright, we're off autopilot. What is going on? How's this thing flying like that? Oh, it's got the flaps down. That's crazy. So much for that. All right, we're going to fast forward all the way to not that spot.
Incheon Tower, Boeing Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra, at runway tree, left ready
All right,
for departure.
fast forward. There we go. Here we go. We're going to be flying up and down the coastal region of China. We're not even going to be near... Well, I guess we can go to Fujian, which is right above Taiwan. And I kind of want to look at that area, but I have a feeling... What the hell? This dude's freaking out. We're restarting.
Incheon Tower, Boeing Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra ready at runway tree, left north departure.
All right, we're gonna try this. Here we go.
Shenyang Center, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is type going tree 6 miles west.
There we go.
Lima Uniform Sierra 1,000 feet. Request flight following. Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Shenyang Center. Squawk 0477. Squawk 0477, Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra. Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra radar contact. 39 miles west of Lima Uniform Sierra 3,800 feet. Altimeter 200 radar 2. Roger, Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra. Fuel low. 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 Fuel low.
That's
Fuel low.
I'm out of fuel, huh? I won't run out of fuel. You're just gonna have to hear that.
Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra, contact Beijing Center on 120.35. Good day. Going to 120.35, Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra. Beijing Center, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is at
All right, we're at the coast. Cool.
descending 2,500 feet. Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Beijing Center.
All right, we're gonna have to look for some landmarks because we're not quite sure where we came in at. All right, we're coming up on the shore. Yo, VRA, broadsword, how are we doing? All right, we're gonna do some sweeps. All right, 150 miles. So we are probably near Tejon. Yeah, we're just north of Tejon. I can tell by the landmarks. What I mean by the landmarks, you can tell by these coastal area where they have these little islands. You'll see that bigger island right there. And that's just north. Looks to me as if they have a lot of man-made coastal port areas. Well, it has a main river running in there. That's similar to Tejon, but there's no city there, so that's got to be north. And as you can see, there's a mountainous region to the right, and a smaller mountainous region as well. They have some really bad erosion issues along the coastal area. Yeah, this is definitely north of Daejeon. Maybe it's Tianjin. I don't know. All right, here's the area I was telling you about. Earlier in the video. This region in particular, just north of Daejeon. You see how this right here to the right, see how that little circle comes out right there? That tells me we're definitely north. They have like a giant square like cutoff area within, and that's a great landmark right there. All right, here we go. Here's the bay. Let's see if we can get a better angle so you can see it. A good indicator would be if I hang to the right a little bit, you're going to see. You're going to see mountains off in the back. And like I showed you earlier on Google Earth, just before that, just before those mountains is Beijing. That's another good indicator. Look at how this comes out. Obviously, this is a shipping lane.
120.9er Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra.
And then you've got it where it protrudes out like a half circle.
Golf Sierra is at 11,100 feet, descending 2,500 feet.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra tangent. Approach altimeter.
All right, so if you wanted to come directly in, you can take this river right here and follow that river, and it'll split off about halfway, and it goes right into Beijing. This river right here. It'll turn into almost like a 2-lane river as you come in.
120.35 for Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra. Beijing Center Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is at 8,100 feet, descending 2,500 feet.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Beijing Center.
So there's that circle I was telling you about. They have a lot of residential in this area, and it's almost like little villages cut off from the rest around these little farms. But that's it right there. That's where all the fuel is. So earlier where I was telling you, if you want to cut off their fuel supply coming out of Haidian, which is Beijing's main port, I would believe, would be my assumption since it is the closest proximity, then it would be that little island right there. And that right there, if you cut that off, you'll cut off their resources for energy.
Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra contact. Tangent approach on 120.9er. Good day.
Going to 120.9er Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra. Tangent approach Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra is at 14,800 feet, descending 2,500 feet.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra tangent. Approach altimeter.
Obviously, we would never be able to take an F-18 into this area without Microsoft Flight Simulator.
120.35 Boeing X-ray Golf Sierra.
So what would be really cool is if Microsoft Flight Simulator uploaded
Feet, descending 2,500 feet.
live maps, which this, I believe this may be a live map, and give you the most accurate layout. very congested areas. And the thing about congested areas means they have strategic points where they bring in resources. As you can see, we're passing over three. You can see it gridded out. Here, I'll show you with the mouse. It's gridded this way, this way, this way, this way. So basically, there's 4 grids going into this city. We just cut off those 4 grids, and all resources to those locations would be cut off. That's what I was saying. So if you have congested areas, unlike the United States, well, we do have congested metropolitan areas, but which is probably similar to China. But we have very rural areas as well, and we're very spread out. And I suspect that China probably has something similar. But their congested areas have a higher population than ours. So as far as I can tell, you just cut off these little arteries. Beijing would basically cut themselves off. I'm curious to know what you guys think. There's a golf course. Interesting. All right, so I think China's putting a lot of emphasis on their Fujian province, which is just north of Taiwan. I would say they probably need to focus more on Taiwan. But I would cut off Taiwan, hence cutting the head off the snake of Beijing, and not have to worry about Fujian versus going straight up with Fujian. And I have a feeling that's basically where they're going to put their new aircraft carrier, because they named their aircraft carriers off of the provinces. One is, and the next aircraft carrier that they have is the Fujian, but it's fuel powered, unlike our Ford, which is nuclear, and it can travel. The Ford can travel up to 20 years without being refueled. Unlike the Fujian and the other aircraft carriers China has, which has to be fueled every 4 to 6 days. What that means is their distance, they can't go as far. All right, we're going to head to the latitude, longitude that I had in the secret message I received. And we're going to check it out. All right. I've waited this long. And I'm going to show you what we're looking for. We're looking for this building. China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation in the Haidian district of Beijing. That's the building we're looking for. All right, we've got to look for the Haidian district. It looks like it has a river in the center of it, which I guess a lake maybe. And that building we're looking for is gonna be kind of hard because all the buildings look exactly the same. I want to see what this landmark is. It's not showing. All right, we are in Beijing. The Forbidden City should be somewhat... Okay, I see bodies of water over here. I think that's it right there. I think that's it. It'll have like two looking, almost like a bridge over it. Yep, that's it. That's it. All right. That's definitely it. All right. That was it. That was it. All right. All right. All right. We got it. Hopefully look for that building. How close is it to the airport? All right, let's do this. Why is it not? Oh, there it is. All right, it's near the mouth of the mountain. All right, that makes it easier. Okay, let's get our bearings.
Beijing Center, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Beijing Center. Clear to Charlie airspace.
Clear to Charlie airspace, Boeing X-Ray Golf Sierra.
All right, that's the coastal region. I don't want to go that way.
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
There we go. All right, it's just going to be north of that body of water right there. Interesting. Why is that all blurred out?
Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low. Fuel low.
All right, so we're going to head to that body of water there,
Fuel low.
and then hang a right, and we'll be right on it. So see where that it goes in curves? We're going to turn right before that and head towards the coast, and we'll find China Aerospace Science and Industrial Corporation. Turning now. That's the body of water we're looking for, I believe. Yep, that's it. That's the Haidian district. All right, we've identified the district. We're here for this building. think that's it. All right, we're going to try to slow her down a little bit. There it is. There it is. I see it. We got full speed.